Potential for maybe a little bit more precipitation. I'm really not banking on seeing a whole lot from the system midweek. So far, we're relatively quiet this morning. We do have cold weather advisories to our north, so we're not the only ones waking up with these frigid temperatures. For the rest of the day today, we're not going to see much for your Monday, Tuesday, and for a good portion of your Wednesday. It's going to look relatively quiet, but it's going to feel really chilly outside. So we are going to be tracking some very cold temperatures. Rain showers will be pushed in the form of rain by midweek, and then on the backside of this system into your Thursday, we'll see again some drier conditions. So most of this moisture is going to be staying to our south. For a lot of us, I'm talking like a quarter of an inch of rain or less. Long range models do show the potential for perhaps another system trying to slide into the region as we go into the weekend. And I want to be totally honest with you. All of our systems this far out have basically looked this intimidating. So while we may see the potential for some snow this weekend, totals are going to have another chance for snow because it's still really early on. And yeah, that's totally accurate if you want some of this snow. Now, we do have a fairly quiet forecast that we're continuing to monitor for the next couple of days. Cold weather alerts to our north, so we're not the only ones waking up with these frigid conditions. Fairly quiet weather will stick around as we head throughout the rest of your Monday and into your Tuesday. Wednesday into Thursday, we see our next cold front that's going to be sliding into the region. This is forecast to bring in minimal precipitation opportunities. So primarily just rain. I don't foresee this to add up to much. Then we continue to go throughout the end of the week where, yes, we're tracking the potential for another system that could be sliding into the region. So there's your Wednesday and into your Thursday. Friday, we may see the potential for some activity up into the higher elevations, but more so what we're watching is this. You show the potential for some snow moving into the region, but keep in mind, folks, a lot of our systems this far out have looked like this. Like they've looked really like having a wonderful start to your Monday. As you head outside, we're forecasting temperatures today to get back into the upper 30s. It's going to be a chilly one today. Similar story as we head into your Tuesday. In fact, wake up temperatures tomorrow morning might be even colder. In fact, well, they will be colder in comparison to where we're at this morning. We do get back into the upper 40s by the middle part of the week ahead of our next system. That's going to be bringing in some potential precipitation. We are fairly quiet this morning. We do have, again, wake up temperatures into the teens and 20s. Cold weather advisories to our north. Futurecast models not showing much in the form of activity for the next 2 days. Here's a look at our next cold front. I'm going to be bringing in some minimal precip chances for both your Wednesday and your Thursday. Of course, we'll continue to watch this for you as we do have another system that's also going to be sliding into the region as we go. It's this time of year where people like to post those long range models, but just know, folks, that timing impacts totals. It is way too far out for us to really go with any kind of certainty as to what's going to be happening at this point. We want maybe the potential for a little bit more precip as we go throughout the weekend, but even with that being said, there's a lot of uncertainty. We do have some cold weather advisories in place to our north, so I'm sure for a lot of you, if you have humidifiers at home, those things are going to be cranking both today and tomorrow. Mostly clear skies again as you step outside for the rest of your Monday. This will carry on as we head into your Tuesday. Minimal opportunities for precipitation with this system that arrives by the middle part of the week. For most of us, this is likely going to be more so a cold rain. For some of us into the higher elevations, we may see the potential for a little bit of a wintry mix. Yes, we are tracking the potential for our next system as we go into the weekend. You're going to start to probably see a lot of those long range models being posted onto social media. Don't look at any of the snowfall totals just yet. Truth be told, folks, I mean, they're kind of all over the place. We are watching a system that could potentially move into the region going into your Saturday and into your Sunday. At it an hour ago. Now with this most recent model run, it's backed off already. So there's going to be a lot of uncertainty that takes place as we go into the weekend. Kind of take it with a grain of salt. As we head throughout the next couple of days, make sure you have those layers ready to go. Details on some of the precip chances we could see by the middle part of the week coming up. Some minimal rain chances going into your Wednesday. We'll see how much precip we can get by the middle part of the week. Not a whole lot to talk about for this morning. We do have cold weather advisories in place to our north. So yes, we are not the only ones dealing with these frigid temperatures. Nothing but sunshine expected for today. We may have a few fair weather clouds move into the region for your Tuesday. And then here comes our next system that arrives into your Wednesday and into your Thursday. Now, as I mentioned before, we may not see a whole lot of precipitation from this system, as we will have some drier air in place. We kind of have to overcome that first, and then we'll see some light precip. By the end of the week, we're also tracking another system that could potentially move into the region. I laugh about this because long-range models, again, they go back and forth. One model run, it shows doom and gloom and so much snow, and then the other model run, it's like, man, we're not going to see much. So yes, the potential for another system could be moving into the region this weekend. The types of precipitation, the impacts, the totals, all of that week. Now, we do have the potential for seeing, again, maybe a little bit of some precip by the middle part of the week. In order to get that first, we do have to overcome some of this dry air. You did just see some of those weather alerts that we have to our north. Those are all cold weather advisories. So yeah, we're not the only ones feeling this January chill. We're going to continue to see a mostly clear sky across the region for today. Tomorrow, a few fair weather clouds push into the area. Rain chances not out of the question as we go into the middle part of the week. Again, we do have to overcome some of this drier air first. And then on the back side of this system, we continue to see temperatures kind of remain steady by the end of the week. Yes, we're watching a system as we go into the weekend. No, I'm not going to go into details because truth be told, it's so far out. Models are going so far back and forth that you can't really talk about even precipitation types, impacts, totals. There's just way too much that can change between now and then. But know that yes, we are watching a system into the weekend, and we'll continue